The New York Stock Exchange presents Unmanageable Corruption. The global economy was irrevocably disrupted today by the title of a cartoon. Oh man, I wish I was just watching The Tick. Animated by these people whose formidable talents were wasted on propaganda. John Sutherland, voice of Bambi and producer of cheesy patriotic cartoons.
In a typical city or town, on a typical residential street, we find a typical home occupied by a typical American family.
Of gay Hasidic cowboys.
Like millions of his fellow Americans, John Q. Public earns enough money to keep up the payments on a new car.
But he's only leasing his name, apparently.
He takes great pride in owning a fine, new, long-term mortgaged home that was built to last a lifetime.
Here comes a joke. That is a joke.
Mrs. John Q. Public no longer finds housework fatiguing drudgery, thanks to a host of labor-saving devices, including her husband.
Additional joke.
Mr. John Q., because of a 40-hour week, has the leisure to dream about his favorite sport.
Sorry, Smokey, you were over the line. That's a foul.
Darling.
Hillary's America.
Oftentimes, in a secluded corner of his private den, John Q. reflects on some of the better things he has done with his life. Insurance to protect his family if he is called before his time.
Death worked out great.
Money in a savings account for emergencies, for summer vacations,
For divorce attorneys.
and to help put John Q. Jr. through college.
Hey, he's doing a dissertation on the works of Floyd Gottfredson.
In spite of the high cost
Look it up.
of being a husband and father, John Q. has a private little nest egg. His practical nature tells him it ought to do more than collect moths.
He's going to invest in buckets of Jim Baker's end time slop. No, but I have those little bullion cubes.
Do I own any? I don't even know what they are.
In that case, it might be a good idea to get a little information with a fellow who owns and operates a company that makes and sells oil drums.
Like Mom used to
Each
make.
year, customers buy more and more from our because he makes a better oil drum than his competitors.
Now with bottoms.
One day, customers demand more oil drums than the owner can produce.
Time to hide inside an oil
He
drum.
figures it will take about $3 million to do the job. So he decides to form a corporation to sell shares in his business to raise the capital he needs.
Did somebody say bake sale?
First, the owner goes to the state government to get a corporation charter and permit sell shares in this business.
Am I rich yet?
Next, our friend goes to an investment banker and shows him the record of the oil drum manufacturing company's past performance and plans for expansion. The investment banker decides to help our friend sell shares in the corporation to raise the $3 million.
Thanks, the man. You're the best.
However, before any shares in the corporation can be sold, certain information must be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission in Washington. The investment banker and the owner must swear that the information they file contains nothing but the truth.
So help me, Bob.
Registration with the SEC does not imply that the government approves the stock issue as a good investment, but only assures the public the material statements about the stock issue are false. Punishment will be according to the law.
But don't worry, they've literally never followed through on that.
After SEC registration is effective, the investment banker pays the owner $3 million in exchange for a certain number of shares in the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation.
I sold
The
out.
investment
Whee!
banker sells shares of the common stock to people at a $3 million investment and shows a profit for his services in selling the stock.
He also sells phone chargers.
Money received from the sale of shares in the business builds a new and better plant, which produces more and better oil drums.
The average American drinks 3 barrels of oil a week.
The people who bought common stock own proportionate shares in the corporation, tools, equipment, and all of its assets.
They even own that bag of potato skins in the break room
Stockholders
vending
elect the
machine.
Directors of the corporation. Directors represent the stock and are responsible for the way the business is run. Directors determine the amount of dividends, if any, to be paid out of earnings to the stockholders.
Sometimes they're not evil.
Naturally, when stockholders invest in a business, they hope to receive dividends to help pay for necessities of life.
A $10 hat, now I've seen
Within
everything.
a few short years, an increasing demand for the company's product poses friends. How can he fill all the orders?
Wacky conveyor belt
He
bit?
will have to build more plants and buy more tools to increase production of oil drums. It will take about $20 million to do the job.
That's just his bonus.
One way to get this additional capital is to sell more stock to many more people.
We're literally too big to fail. We cannot
So
fail.
the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation votes to send its president to the New York Stock Exchange to see if their common stock can qualify for listing.
And to score Hamilton
The
tickets.
corporation wants to list its securities on the exchange so that the additional stock they need to sell will be more attractive to investors all over the nation.
Time for a makeover.
Securities listed on the New York Stock Exchange can be sold for cash anytime in this national marketplace.
Just be sure to bring your Stock Exchange Savings Club card.
Each year, inquire about listing their securities, but only those which can pass a thorough examination as to their financial health are accepted.
Drop your financial trousers.
Calling the president of the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation. Calling the president of the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation. Report to Examination Room B.
She's a well-rounded
Attention all
character.
members of the Stock List Department. Report to Examination Room B.
Turn a profit and cough.
The Stock List Department examines the qualifications of corporations to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange.
Obamacare is a
The
disaster.
corporation must have substantial assets in plants, tools, equipment, and cash.
Hey, we've got all our Mousecatools. Thanks,
There
Toodles.
must be a broad distribution of its shares among a large number of stockholders.
But please, no fatties.
The corporation must show successful management and sales records and annual net earnings at the time of listing of at least $1 million. The proposed stock issue must meet federal, state, and New York Stock Exchange regulations.
Also,
The
bribes.
corporation must agree to report to its stockholders at frequent intervals. If the examination by the Stock List Department indicates the corporation meets minimum requirements of the exchange at the time of the examination,
We'll schedule a follow-up,
the
maybe?
corporation's application for listing is recommended.
Hop down and grab a lollipop.
The Board of Governors of the New York Stock Exchange finally approves the application and sees that it is made public.
Extra, read all about it.
Trope
Now that the Oil Drum
reinforced.
Manufacturing Corporation stock is listed, its name is abbreviated for use on the ticker tape.
Old dirty money.
Each time ODM stock or any other stock listed on the exchange is bought or sold, the ticker tape flashes all over the nation the price and number of shares traded.
Hey, how's Hudsucker Industries doing?
A buyer in Colorado wants to purchase some ODM stock.
For his
The
cow.
buyer's broker in Colorado sees that the last ODM transaction was at $10 a share.
Dang it, I can't count that
The
high.
buyer could buy from 1 to 99 shares, which would be known as an odd lot.
Very odd.
But a Colorado friend decides to invest in 100 shares,
Whoa.
known
Rude.
as a round lot. The Colorado broker wires the order to his New York office.
Maniac shot up my office.
The
Stop.
buy order is telephoned to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It is given to the firm's floor partner, who becomes the representative of the buyer in Colorado.
Oh, a fake hick like Larry the
Floor
Cable
partner
Guy.
goes to the post where ODM stock is traded.
There's Bane when you
The
need him.
representative of the buyer in Colorado bids $10 a share for 100 shares. But at the moment, there is no stock offered for sale at this price.
You get nothing. You
In the
lose.
meantime, however,
Good day,
in
sir.
Maine, an ODM stockholder who needs cash
For his seal.
decides to sell his 100 shares if he gets $10 a share. The Maine broker wires the sell order to his firm's representative on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Elmer Fudd, day trader.
This firm's floor partner, representing the seller in Maine, offers to sell 100 shares of ODM stock at $10 a share. The price of $10 a share is mutually acceptable, and the transaction is made.
Everybody gets rich except
Like the
you.
cowboy in Colorado and the fisherman in Maine,
Just those two guys.
investors all over the country use the facilities of brokers who are members of the New York Stock Exchange whenever they want to buy or sell stock of companies listed on this national market.
Also, fraud.
Yesterday's savings financed the miraculous growth of our railroads,
Oh, and shout out to immigrant labor.
automobiles,
He turned Snidely Whiplash into Speed Racer. And all Pixar movies where crap can talk.
Communications.
Racism.
Electric light and power.
Gentrification.
Textiles. And countless other industries contributing to a more enjoyable life.
Is this directed by Don
If a
DeMello?
part of our savings
Little something
continue
for
to
Daddy.
flow into industry, American labor, management, and capital can continue to build new tools and plants.
Get bent, planet.
Industrial expansion creates jobs for hundreds of thousands of young people who must find employment each year.
The circle of
A
life.
growing capacity to produce things which make life better in peacetime can be our greatest protection in time of war.
Oh, God.
When danger threatens, we can convert industry to produce the things we need to defend ourselves.
It's like some kind of military-industrial
Common stock
complex.
investments have helped to make our country prosperous and powerful. Owning a share in American industry is like owning a share in the future of our nation.
Offer not available to everyone.
But remember, John Q, there is a risk as well as an advantage in owning any kind of property. So
Go back to
get
bed.
the facts before you put your money to work.
So, let's see. What makes us tick? Avarice, industry, warfare, and the establishment of an elite financial class. Thanks, John Sutherland, for I don't know what.
Insurance to protect his family if he is called before his time.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos, there are two major ways you can support me. Please subscribe to my channel and like and share Fun with Shorts videos. And please consider a small pledge to my Patreon campaign, where you can see new riffs first and get exclusive patron-only videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.